Hi guys, today we're going to do chapter 3, lesson 12. So lesson 12 is interpret the remainder. So we're going to look at some problems on this page, some problems on another page, and we're not taking math notes today. Okay, so interpret the remainder means when we get to the end of the problem, we're going to have a remainder left. It's a regular division problem. When we get to the remainder part, we're going to decide what to do with that remainder. So let's go ahead and start this one. This is on 228, if you want to look in your books. We'll start this problem and do it together so that we can kind of see what we should do with that remainder. So a tent is put up with 7 poles. How many tents can be put up with 200 poles? So those are the two numbers I'm working with. And you have to have 7 poles. You can't have 8, you can't have 6, and this problem doesn't say that, but we just need to assume that. So you have to have 7. All right, so we're going to start our problem by doing 200 divided by 7. Okay, when we're done doing this long division, we'll end up with the remainder. So here we go. Can 7 go into 2? No, it cannot. Can 7 go into 20? Yes, it can go 2 times. 2 times 7 is 14. So subtract that out. I'm going to end up with 6. Okay, 20 minus 14 was 6. Bring down that 0 and make sure you guys use these arrows because we were watching you guys yesterday get really confused when you don't slide that arrow down and show that you brought down this number, then you forget sometimes whether you did bring it down or not. Okay, 7 goes into 60 is 8 times. 8 times 7 is 56. Subtract it out, and now I am left with a remainder of 4. Okay, so my answer is, my quotient is right here, 28 remainder 4. But that's not what we're doing today. Today we're getting this information and then interpreting the remainder. So let's go back to the top. A tent is put up with 7 poles. How many tents can be put up with 200 poles? So we're going to interpret the remainder. The remainder is 4. Yes. So there are 4 poles left over, which is not enough for another tent, which means a total of 28 poles or tents can be put up. And then we'll have 4 left over. And it's okay to have 4 poles left over. We just can't use them because we would need 7. So we interpreted the answer. We found out that we can only put up a total of 28 tents. Okay. Let's look at a couple more problems here. So this is on the back of the bottom of the homework sheet. It's on page 231. Okay, so part of the challenge with this one, with interpreting the remainder, is that these are all word problems. So you need to read the words very, very carefully. Read the problems super careful. All right, so 4 employees of Papa Tony's Pizza are cleaning up at the end of a busy night. There's a list of 43 cleanup tasks that need to be completed. If each employee does the same number of tasks, how many tasks should each employee do? Solve and explain how you interpreted the remainder. So you have 2 jobs here. So first of all, I look up here and I say, okay, there's 43 total employees, but, and then there's 43 things that need to be cleaned up, and there's 4 employees that have to clean them. So 43 things divided by 4 employees. So here we go. We have 4 goes into 4 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. Bring down that 3. Now, can 4 go into 3? No. So we'll put a 0 there. 0 times 4 is 0. So my remainder, since I have nothing else left here to bring down, my remainder is 3. So it's 10 remainder thing. So each employee will clean 10 things. Now here's the problem. This leftover remaining piece means that there's 3 other jobs that need to be done. Okay? So those won't be done. So then we could say 3 employees will have to do 1 more or 1 extra. Because they do need to be cleaned, but not everybody's going to have to clean one of those things. Okay? Let's look at another example. We'll do this bottom one here. So we have 232. 3 yards of fabric will be cut into pieces so that each piece is 8 inches long. How many pieces can be cut? So we have 3 yards of fabric, and a yard is 36 inches, and they each need to be 8 inches long. This is a multi-step problem. So first of all, if I have 3 yards of fabric, and each yard is 36 inches, I need to start by multiplying 36 times 3. So I have 36 times 3. Let's multiply that out. 6 times 3 is 18. 3 times 3 is 9. So I have 98 total inches of fabric. Okay? But now that 98 inches has to be cut into 8 inches long each. So 8 goes into 9. 1 times 8 is 8. Subtract it out. Bring down my 8. And now it's 18. 8 goes into 18 twice. 2 times 18 is 16. 18 minus 16 is 2. So I have 12